I gotta say it again. For real though, they already know. This brother Cash caring about situations heavily. You know what I mean? Dr.Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD, in theology and all logistic thoughts thereof. But you want me to repeat that, huh? Nah, they already know who I am. Receipts speaks for themselves. Can you dig that? Let's get off into another segment with your brother Cash.
I want to ask you, Dr. Lee Three, in theology or in theory, have it ever involved an aspect of thought that certain literatures and depictions of humanity as a whole is written within observation itself, being singular, collectively complex to the thoughts of or part of that universe, complex or complexity, understanding that universal is the U and I versal as a path to the greatness, contrary to the individual being in divided, do you all being at AL.
Again, you know, when you're talking about unity being the AL and the universal, that's beautiful, because when you look at the AL and you add another L at the end, means the all, which is the source that's in us, and that can be verified when you go back to the Holy Scriptures of, you know, what it took for Adam to go from a dead level square to an upright perpendicular was the God breath. So was God blew soul in him, blew breath into him. Adam was able to stand. Adam was able to think. And so with that being the case, that's what the all is. And then the universal, because that's the same thing that's in us all. So that makes us universally connected in the sense that that God breath is in us, in all of us. And then when you break down the word to just universe, that's who you are. You are the center of the universe. And so if anybody ever tells you or asks you where the center of the universe is, you may hear, if you hear someone else ask that, they may respond, it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's a spot called the center of the universe. And I would dare say that that's wrong, because you are the center of the universe wherever you stand, because of what's inside of you, because the shell is not who we are. The shell has to go back to the ground, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The shell is what this meat suit, this body is what we need to survive and to go about our day-to-day transmissions at the third dimension. But that belongs to the third dimension. The body belongs to the third dimension. It cannot go where we can go. And so the soul, again, is part of the collective all, part of the all that's inside of us. And so all of that goes hand in hand. And so being that we have that God breath in us, everything that permeates within us, you know, if it's true, that's what comes up outside of us. And that's how the inside and the outside are connected. And that's why they always say that they can tell when somebody's running fake game. You know, when their game is not tight, their game is fake. It's fugazi. It's because something's not right. Either what's going on in the inside is not reflected on the outside, or what you're doing on the outside is not reflected on the inside. And once those two are connected, then that's real game, and that's what real recognizes real at from that standpoint right there. So we are definitely connected to the point where the universal, and with the all of that is connected. And so that's what makes that word, the universal, a very powerful word.
Individual and or collective, I'll tell you, if you got like a construction team, you know, and they building a house or a building, you know, they're gonna have to make sure that everything that's going up piece by piece is on an even level. So they're gonna have to have all their tools and everything, get the measurements right, work all the angles out, and make sure that they're not building something sideways or crooked, or like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. They want to make it staying straight on point.
I can dig that, and I appreciate it. Being operative, can you expound a little bit more on the word itself and what it means in life?
Operative is moving, make it actually doing the work, taking the steps to go from one point to another point, and not being stagnant, not just talking about something, being about something, instead of being a noun. You know, you gotta be a verb, keep it moving.
I can dig that, and I appreciate that. And that's one thing about with Conversations of Vibrations. And I appreciate you being here with your brother Cash, caring about situations heavily. Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD in theology and logistic thoughts. Can you apply to those that may listen instead of hearing what you have to say about actions for the better of individual to be a part of a collective betterness?
Your actions, being a part of a collective that's doing something better in life and for future lives. It takes one to have an action plan first, or have a plan, and surround himself with people with plans that have been tried and tested in order to see the betterment of the reality around you. And once that plan is put in place, the actions are the next thing that comes into play. And sometimes those actions have to be done in small chunks to lead up to bigger chunks. And those things together bring about a reality that you envisioned. So, in a nutshell, you gotta have something in place, and you have to be willing to take them steps to do the work, to see it through.
I can dig that, and I appreciate that, bruh. I was just calling you. I needed it in the rawest form, because you know this is another segment of your brother Cash, caring about situations happening. Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD in theology and logistic thoughts thereof. And I appreciate you for being a part of Conversations and Vibrations.
I appreciate it more being asked to be a part of it.
My brother, travel light and have a great evening.
And you travel light as well. You too. Have a fantastic evening.
Feel me? And that's what the world needs right there. Is that and love. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got different perceptions of shit. And everybody wants their perceptions to be reality. You know what I'm saying?
Show you
The reality is when you already live in the reality. You know what I'm saying? Why you want your perception to be the reality? That's personal. You know what I'm saying? Your perception of living good is a nice car, you know what I'm saying, kids, wife, and fat bank account. Then that's more a personal perception. You can achieve that. You go home and you push hard for that, do that every day.
Exactly.
But the next person who's working hard doing the same damn thing, but they ain't got no nice car, they ain't got the wife and kids, they ain't got the nice house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That person doing the same thing though that this person doing. His perception of good life is different.
Show you right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like people don't get that shit, man. That's why I was like, damn, this shit deep. This shit deep as a bitch. I was just like, damn, I don't do great do shit now. Deep as a bitch. But this is shit I already know.
Exactly.
It's just being reintroduced to me and re-broken down to me because maybe I lost it along the way somewhere.
Don't worry, your eyes are getting back open. Because let me hit you back, and I appreciate this conversation real quick. So we gonna get up on it.
Put on the show.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, we ain't gotta rush. I got plenty of time, my brother.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. That was phenomenal. You know, great architect of the universe, make no mistakes. What I was gonna ask you, you know, with dealing with others, how do we give a better, meaningful approach to those?
Depends on the individual, what they are in need of, how you approach them. You know, some people they need you have to approach the person individually, because you can't approach people in one
some people, it's like kids. You can have 5 kids. You can't approach any of the 5 kids the same way because their needs are different. You got little Johnny. Little Johnny, you got to snatch him up and threaten to throw him in front of a train to get his attention. You got Bobby there. Bobby, you have to approach Bobby in a logical way, of things. Then you got Anthony. Anthony, he's so doggone sensitive. If you look at him wrong, he's gonna cry on you. Going down the list. Everybody is to be dealt in a different way. It's your job to have the knowledge of what works best in approaching them to get the result, the best result, or the best response from them.
Okay, I appreciate that real quick. And like I said, the great architect of the universe makes no mistakes because you was right on time. And I appreciate this conversation of vibrations with you, brother, Dr. Jake Talley.
Oh, it's always an honor to have a chat with you, my brother.
All right, I appreciate you.
I admire all you young fellas. I'm quiet. I got my 2 mules, and I'm picking up nuggets left and right. I be packing nuggets so much. One of my mules kicked a nugget out of my hand. Like, hey man, you don't need no more nuggets.
I can dig that.
For somebody else.
Definitely. I appreciate you for giving me a ring back, and I appreciate you for being a part of this segment of Conversations of Vibrations with your brother Cash, caring about situations heavily. Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD in theology and logistic thoughts thereof.
Hello.
Brother Dunta, how you doing this evening?
Wonderful. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. Can I ask you one question and give me a brief answer if you have the time?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's one way that an individual can give a harmonious attribute?
Well, it's sharing of the wealth, sharing of the knowledge. They create harmony between you and whoever's in your situation so they better understand how to operate.
Can you go a little bit deeper for me?
Well, let's see. When it comes to any situation, if somebody isn't enlightened on how to act in the first place, they can't act accordingly. So, in order to change your surroundings, you have to lay down the law of how things have to be, or 75% of people follow this. So when you let them have whatever it is they need to follow, then it becomes a harmonious situation when they all know what the deal is.
What up, cuz? How can we help any marriage be more healthier?
Communication. Yeah, but that's really going to depend on the couple. There's a couple different.
Right.
So some people need more trust, some people need more freedom, some people need to spend more time together, some need more time apart, some people need to talk more. Like, it's all different for everybody. So one thing don't work for every couple. You're always different. So the only way you can pinpoint anything, you gotta know that couple. It's a total different situation from being married and not being married.
Exactly.
People think it's just a signature, just a piece of paper, but it's deeper than that.
Exactly.
All right, cool.
Hey, real quick, how can structure be verified through action?
How can structure be verified through action?
Yes, sir.
Well, in my humble opinion, structure to be verified through action is when you see a person doing the same thing over and over and over. It's like an athlete, top tier athlete eats the same thing every single day. And they do the same routine every single day. So
think about the word structure, you think about something solid. You gotta be solid. So your actions gotta be solid. So you can't be wishy-washy with the wind blows. One day you doing this, one day you doing that. No, you gotta be structured in your actions.
I can dig that. I appreciate that knowledge real quick, bro. You know, it's just another segment from Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD, in theology and knowledgeistic thoughts thereof. And you have a great evening.
All right, brother. Travel light.
Travel light. In prosperity, can you give an example of spirituality and physicality?
Spiritual prosperity?
Yes.
When you save from hell's fire, that's not the best I can get. But, let's see, yeah, I mean, that's the highest prosperity is, don't want to suffer from hell's fire. So now, example, let's see, I gotta find a scripture for that one. I don't know. I'm blank right now. Look, get you what I'm trying to say. The Bible Index Bible, and look up the word prosper. Let's see. God said He wants you to prosper, even your soul to prosper. So the prosperity of your soul, your salvation. Okay, that'll be this word. But salvation is spiritual prosperity, and your money not get you there, because you just said your money gonna perish with you. It's a scripture. Let me see if I can find it. Even your soul will prosper. I'm flipping the pages now. See if I can find what I'm looking for. What you need that information for?
I'm doing conversations of vibrations right now, and I just had certain questions for individuals that I know of that's like-minded and that's enlightened through the great architect of the universe, being God, Allah, whomever they may call upon righteous. So no one be offended, but we all seek righteousness in His name's sake. So I just want to make sure I get it from different perspectives.
Okay, let's see. Prosper PRS. Okay, let me see. This book gives about 20. Let me see now. Yeah, there we go. Now, I'm under prosper now. It says, His angel with thee, and prosper his way. That's in Genesis. If now thou do prosper my way when I, all that he did, put his hand to prosper. He did to prosper. He did, the Lord made it to prosper. Talking about Joseph, man. See, I'm looking for the one where your soul should prosper. Let's see. What shall we do it? You should probably you got a Bible handy?
Yes.
Look at Psalms 1 and 3 and see what it says.
Okay, Psalms 1 and 3.
Yeah.
painted by the rivers of water. His bringeth forth his fruit in his seasons. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
Okay. So you prosper from your righteousness. And then you got was a proper man to gain over his own soul. So okay, that will be. Let me see. Oh boy, oh boy. Look at 3 John 2. See what that says? 3 John 2.
John 2, you said verse which one?
3 John 2.
Oh, 3rd John.
3 John. The little book in the back by Revelation. 3 John.
The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou hast done it, except God be with him.
Now, there's some under prosperity and prosperous. Under prosperity, it says there. Oh boy. Okay. See what? Look at it, Genesis 39 and 2, and look at the example of Joseph and see what it said. Genesis 39 and 2.
And it says, and the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian.
Okay, so we prosper by obedience to God, our faithful steadfastness. Okay. Look at Romans 1 and 10 and see what it says. Romans 1 and 10.
Okay. Romans 1 and 10. Okay, that says, making requests if by any means now at length I might have a prosperous journey by the will of God to come unto you. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just thinking. your faith, dedication, service to God will get you, make you prosperous. And then you maybe a valid example. Joseph, Abraham was prosperous because he obeyed God. So I assume that all those people of righteousness, when you obey God, then they were prosperous.
And that's following the mission that's given into your inner ear, right?
Say it again now?
I said that's the prosperity coming to your inner ear from God within you and listening to the words, right?
Yeah, obeying him and listening, because the Bible said be doers of the word, not hearers only. People can hear the word, but if they don't do the word, it's not going to prosper. Yeah.
So it's safe to say that it's best to do what the words say so you can be prosperous.
Yeah, obey God and be prosperous. Because those that might gain riches, but he'll gain riches is not going to prosper. That's what the Bible said, was a profit of man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul. Or will a man give an exchange for his soul? That's what Jesus said, I think somewhere in Matthew. So when you obey the word of God, then you'll be prosperous. You probably use some of those people like the example, Joseph or Abraham. Abraham was prosperous, and then Job, he was prosperous, and even when Job was going through trials and tribulations, he didn't deny God, and the Lord blessed him more than he had. When the devil took the property, took his clothes, his family, and everything, but God blessed him with more than what he had at first, because his faith in God.
I appreciate it. I just had to give words of wisdom. That's all. I was trying to finish this off with conversations and vibrations coming from different eras of life and different perspectives of not only humanity, but those that truly follow in the light and the likeness of the Lord and everything. No matter who you call, not trying to disrespect no one's religion, but in the Western atmosphere, we Christianity over anything. So I was just trying to make sure, we're not trying because I'm actually doing it, and I thank you for being a part of this. And
okay, look on the 1 Kings 2 and 3 and see what it says, that thou mayest prosper in all that. 1 Kings 2 and 3, and use that example, I guess.
Okay.
1 Kings 2 and 3.
Charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his structures and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whatsoever thou turneth thyself.
Okay, well, that sums it all up. Obedience to God,
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate it again. I didn't mean to disturb you at this late hour, but I just needed that, that word of wisdom from wise counsel.
Yeah. Okay, well, like I said, just use the Bible example and how God blessed them because they were prosperous for their obedience, Okay, well, all right, glad to help.
Oh, yes, you did. That was very phenomenal, and I thank you.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, in a minute. Bye.
Quick question. In prosperity, can you give an example of spirituality versus physicality?
Yes, there's two parts to the spirituality portion of it. There's the book knowledge of it, and there's actually the experience of it. Okay? So let me break it down. the book knowledge of it, you read books, okay, to familiarize yourself and to gain the knowledge of the spirituality part of it. You read it, you memorize it, you're growing knowledge, you're getting a letter, you know what it says, you know how to quote it, everything. The experience portion of it, you actually experience what you read. Now you're gaining knowledge through experience. So sometimes you're going to learn as you gain the knowledge through the experience portion of it that you know exactly what it means of what you read. It became open to you. It's alive to you. And once you gain experience of the knowledge what you learned, can't nobody change that because you actually lived it. You live in what you're reading. You live in what you're learning. You experienced it. And sometimes too, what you experience doesn't line up with what you're written. And that's because people have different interpretations of what you're reading. Because remember, that knowledge comes from another man, from another man, from another man, from another man, from another man. So each person might have a different interpretation of what you're reading, what you gain knowledge of. Until you experience it, now you know exactly what it's saying. And then you can have your interpretation of it. People have their different interpretation of it. The prosperity of the physical part is just like rags to riches. You know, you applied yourself to grow physically, either financially, intelligence, you know, through your intelligence, financial, you growing. So it's like, I'm starting a business. I don't know what to do. You've been there, done that. You made all the mistakes. As the parents used to say, Junior, I made all the mistakes that you don't have to make them.
Right.
Parents that. Or they may say, tell me where you at, I can tell you where you're going.
Exactly.
You know, so because they gave that knowledge of it.
Okay. I appreciate that. And you know, this is another segment of your cousin, literally, you know, but I'm doing a segment of conversations of vibrations. And you know, you have been a part of this with your brother Cash, caring about situations heavily. Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD in theology and logistic thoughts thereof. And I appreciate you.
No problem, cuz. Anytime.
What more can I say? This just has been another segment with your brother Cash, Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD in theology and logistic thoughts thereof. I would like to give a special thanks to all the conversationers, being Dr. Lee Treats, Dr. Howie Rap, Brother Carr, Mr. Steven, Quest G, Dr. Jake Talley, Brother Dante, West G, Brother Cavassier, Ray C. Pearson Sr., Maurice Wallace. Thank you all for being a part of your brother Cash, caring about situations heavily. Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD in theology and logistic thoughts thereof.